Playoffs Part 2 just dropped in Madden 24, and I'm not gonna lie to you, it's absolutely fire. Now, Soulsay family, and welcome back to another Madden 24 video. Hope you watching this one are having a wonderful start to your day, and without further ado, let's overview what you should know about this promo, what cards you gotta get, as well as what you gotta do first. Now, first things first, we're gonna hop on over to the Playoff Field Pass, and I was kind of curious, with the new missions they put in the game today, would we be able to get up to level number 22? Would we be able to get the 94 overall BND playoff player? And boys, unfortunately, the answer to that question is no. When we take a look at the new missions right here, there's really only two things that were added. Now, number one is going to be a couple new missions in the stats tab right here. So getting 25 sacks and 80 first downs with two playoff players in your lineup. These are honestly pretty rewarding. Look at this, 6,000 playoff XP for the sacks. Very solid. 80 first downs, 3.5k, very good as well. So of course, step number one, like I always say, is to get the playoff players in your lineup. That way, when you're playing your solos, that way when you're playing online, you're getting progress on these missions as well. In terms of challenges, nothing new in here. For sets that they added, complete the BND divisional playoff set, which we're actually going to touch on a little bit later because this pack might be a little bit glitched. We'll talk about that in a second though. There's house rules as well, which nothing changed to. Head to head, it looks like they added this one mission right here, and then that's really it. Just with the stats and head to head, that's all that's new. But unfortunately, with those new missions in game, we can't quite get the 94 overall player. Now, I will say, I would still recommend you get progress on these missions. To do so, probably just play through your solos. There's new solos in Mythic Playoffs. There's new solos in Road to Victory, both of which seem pretty easy. I spent maybe 15 to 20 minutes grinding these, and I'm done most of them. Just got to play 6 more. And of course, while you're playing these solos, you're also going to be getting progress on those 2 stats missions we looked at before. Now, once you guys have done that, you can hop to some online games. I wouldn't say that's a must though. I would say the only must are have the 2 playoff players in your lineup and then go through your solos. Now, once you've done that, of course, you can also play online, but let's talk about tip number 2, or kind of thing number 2 you need to know in this game, and that is going to be the major shakeup to the quarterback market in Madden. Because boys, today with this new playoff drop, we got 2 pretty incredible quarterbacks in this game. We got CJ Stroud and we got Josh Allen, and based on the stats on these cards, based on the abilities on these cards, this is like QB1 and QB2. So as you can see right here, as we take a look at Josh Allen, he's selling for about 500,000 coins. Not too crazy to be fully honest with you, but why is this card so good? Well, of course, Josh Allen's got super solid stats, 90 speed, 95 throw power. Otherwise, the deep accuracy, throw under pressure, all that stuff is super solid. But the reason why this card is so good is number 1, he's got an incredible release. I've heard amazing things about this card's release over on Twitter. And number 2, if you buy this card, there's going to be an option to put in 10,000 training to upgrade this player. Now, what that's going to do is it's going to boost the man's speed up to 91. So he's going to have really solid speed, and it's going to unlock a specific ability bucket where you can put Hot Route Master on this card for 1 AP. So that's absolutely crazy. This card can easily get the Hot Route Master and set feet lead stack in this game, which if you guys didn't know is like the best quarterback ability snack in all of Madden. And I don't know why I said snack, bro. I'm kind of craving some Chipotle right now. I'm not going to lie to you, but the other quarterback card that got released today is CJ Stroud. He's the LTD. He's a lot more expensive. He's probably QB1 in this game. I believe this card gets Gunslinger, Gift Wrapped, Hot Route Master, as well as Set Feet Lead. You can put all those abilities on this card. I'm 90% sure. Hot Route Master you can do for 1 AP. Gift Wrapped you can do for 0 AP. And I'm pretty sure the other ones will fit on this card as well. He's got 93 speed, which is crazy. He's not actually that fast in real life, but they made this card absolutely wild. QB1 in Madden, 100%. But of course, for most people watching this video, you're probably not going to be going through and dropping 3 million coins on a card. Instead, what I would do is I would recommend you pick up Josh Allen. We'll talk about that a little bit later in this video as to whether or not you should do the set or if you should buy the card right now. But Josh Allen is wild. The other 94s are solid as well. I think Jair Alexander is a nice LTD, but otherwise, I'm not seeing a card in here that you need. Like, obviously, there's good players. There's very solid players. There's Romeo Doubs. There's Isaiah Pacheco. They're solid cards, but they're not amazing. They're not in like that Josh Allen gotta have it tier. Now, on the topic of Josh Allen and on the topic of CJ Stroud, here are a couple of the picks I am rocking over on Underdog Fantasy for the games this weekend. I know it's crazy. I'm making picks on a Thursday. We still got some more days until the games, but the reason why I made these picks is because, boys, as you can see on the screen, we had 2 special lines on Underdog. Now, the first one was Paul George. Paul George's line was set to 0.5 points. He very easily scored a point. I need the March action, and I need Christian McCaffrey to have solid games, and we win $60. And then with the second one right here, as you guys can see, Karl Anthony Towns, again, had another special. I combined that with Trey Murphy because I like that line as well. I'm a big Pelicans fan, big Trey Murphy guy, and all we need is CJ Stroud to have a decent game from a completion percentage standpoint to win another $60. Now, boys, Underdog Fantasy is doing specials seemingly every single day all the way up until playoffs. If you want access to free lines like the ones I just showed you, they're putting some up basically every single day. You can combine them with football picks and make your football picks a lot easier to hit. So if you want to check out the place where I made those picks and where I got those free lines, it's called Underdog Fantasy. Fantasy. I will leave it linked down below in the description. If you click that link to download the app, it's going to take you to the App Store, or it's going to just allow you guys to create an account. And then as you're about to create your account, the first thing it's going to ask you is to put in a promo code. If you put in my code, which is code SWIFT, you're going to get a free line like the ones I showed you for the games on Saturday. You're going to get your first deposit matched up to $100, and you support my channel a whole ton. So check it out. It's linked in the description. Really fun app. All right, moving on. Let's talk about the seemingly pack glitch going on in this game right now. Let me explain what I mean. Now, as you can see, we got the 90 overall BND playoff wildcard fantasy pack right here, boys. And now that we know how these players work, this pack is basically going to allow me to go through and pick up a 93. Let me explain. Now, if you guys didn't know, there were these 90 overall BND playoff players. Ali McNeil is an example right here. And the way these cards work is if their team wins a game, you can use 5 training to upgrade the card from a 90 to a 91. If they win again, 5 training to upgrade the card from a 91 to a 92, and then so on and so forth up to a 93. And yeah, as you guys can see right here, 2 training to upgrade this card. It is free to upgrade the player. Now, what I'm planning on doing is I'm holding on to that pack. I am not making my selection. Reason being is I can go through here. I can literally just wait until I see what card gets boosted up to a 93 by seeing what team wins their games, and then literally just pick that player. It's that simple. As you guys can see, I'll look at all the options. If I were to pick one of these players and pick a team that won their game, like I pick, say, for example, Trent McDuffie, I could upgrade this card to a 91 today. But say, for example, the Chiefs win this week and next week, well, by just waiting and not making my selection from this pack quite yet, I can see, okay, Trent McDuffie goes to a 93. I can get him to a 93 for free. I'm going to pick him out of this pack. And boys, you can actually still do this method if you want to, because as you guys can see right here, when we go to our sets, there's a BND playoff divisional fantasy pack. This is the exact same thing. What I would recommend you do is complete the set and hold on to the pack. And that's actually one of the things I'm going to look to do in this video. There's a bunch of ways of getting like free 85 plus overall player packs. As you guys can see right here, we got a couple from literally just playing the solo. So by kind of using a lot of the free content in this game that we get for just playing solos, that we get for just grinding field pass, I'm just going to throw those cards into the pack I showed you before and then hold on to it. That way I can just wait and see, okay, what card's going up to a 93, and then pick that player. Now, obviously, if I didn't want to do that and I wanted to pick a different player, you can still upgrade those cards to 93s. It just takes 1,500 training each time, so not that expensive either. I think the cards will be solid too. Like Cedric Tillman is a very solid player as a 90. As a 93, he'd be freaking good. So yeah, definitely an interesting tactic I'd recommend you guys take advantage of. Now, next up, let's talk about rerolls and let's talk about buying these 94 overall players in this game. Should you be buying them right now? Should you be waiting? In my personal opinion, I think maybe wait a day or two on Josh Allen. As you guys can see before, Jordan Love and Tua Tagovailoa have gone down in price a ton. They're already selling for like $290K. That is super, super cheap. And of course, right now, Josh Allen, as we saw, is about 500,000 coins. So although it's tempting to buy the card today, I'm just going to wait a day or two. I'm not going to wait too long because the card is really freaking good, like really, really good. But I'm just going to give it a day or two. Another question that I know I'm going to get asked in the comment section, and one thing that I've talked about before on the channel, is the coin making method where you go through and build the 94 overall cards. Unfortunately, that's not really working right now because in terms of prices, it's costing you about 500K, maybe 475K if you're lucky to do the set, and you can only sell the card for about 500,000 coins. So there's not really any profit in there, which is too bad. And then otherwise, I'd max out those new stats objectives. I'd play through your solo challenges, and I would do this divisional pack right here and hold on to it. Those are the tips you guys got to know. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like down below. Hit that sub button if you guys are new. And until next time, boys, this reroll doesn't look amazing. I'm out. Check out Underdog if you want to. Specials coming basically every single day, all the way until playoffs. My picks are posted on Twitter. I tweeted out my picks for the one yesterday as well. And we're in a good situation with CJ Stroud. That's going to do it, boys. I'm out. Peace.